Hey guys, so today we are making some protein pancakes, which are definitely my new favorite pancakes. I started making these whenever I made my protein modified fast video, and I upgraded it to make it a better recipe, and now I eat these every morning. So I hope you guys give these a try because they are pretty dang amazing to me, at least. So of course, you're going to be wanting to mix in all of your dry ingredients. So that's just the 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, the sweetener, and the protein powder. So if you guys have a regular protein powder, it really actually doesn't matter what flavor it is because it's still going to taste great. So if you have a chocolate one, you can still use that one instead, and it still will taste really good. So if you guys have just a regular one, I do recommend maybe putting a topping on top of it. It still tastes great by itself, but it is just going to elevate the taste a bit. So then you're gonna also want to put in all of your wet ingredients, and you can also put your wet ingredients in the middle of all of your dry ingredients if you don't want to keep it separate. I just like to do this for the video just to show you guys, to make sure you mix everything in together well before completely combining everything together. So if you guys noticed at the beginning, I did put baking powder, and that is optional because I actually prefer not to put it in there. And I guess some people would just like to put in there to kind of give it a little bit more of a rise whenever it's baking, but it's not gonna really do much for you, and it's gonna take a little bit away from the amazing flavor that these pancakes already have on their own. So I definitely don't recommend actually putting the baking powder, but like I said, it's optional, so if you want to, you can go ahead and do that. There are many ways you could probably make these pancakes with all the different protein powders out there, but this is specifically made for like low carb type of proteins, like maybe like isopure. The whey protein would be the greatest. Any type of grass-fed ones are going to be the best for you because of the quality of the protein. These are higher in protein pancakes, and you guys will see that in the description below. We'll have everything, all of the macros and calorie for this recipe. And this is also very keto friendly because all you have to do is add your fats to it. So if you have the Kerrygold butter, that's going to be the best, and I just love to pour it right on top of everything. You guys will see that in the end of this video, another way that I did it. So like I said, guys, even if you have the dark protein powders like the chocolate ones and stuff, and you just don't have any like non-flavored proteins, they're still gonna taste amazing if you add maybe some chocolate chips on top. Also, you can combine in maybe like a teaspoon of cinnamon to your mixture, and it is going to give it a better taste as well if you have no flavored protein powder. If you guys are doing this for keto, make sure to add in a good amount of salt because of course that is very important. I did kind of put a pinch, but I do like to add a lot more. And if you have chocolate protein powder instead, like that's really going to elevate all of the chocolate flavors in the protein powder, and it's just going to taste amazing. When you guys are making in your wet ingredients, make sure to only add a fourth a cup of water, and you actually want it to be a little bit less of a fourth cup just because you don't want it to be too watery. You kind of want it to be more of the thicker side, just like this, so that whenever you put it in the pan, it's not bubbling up too much and it's nice and thick. So these pancakes are not going to be like super risen or anything like that. They're going to be just pretty flat, but they're still going to taste great. If you feel like a fourth cup is just kind of hard to tell to put a little bit less, just don't pour all of it and go ahead and mix it in, and then just pour it in the rest if you feel like it does need a little bit more. But yeah, like just make sure not to add a complete fourth cup of water just a little bit below it, and it should be perfect. When you're cooking the pancakes, they do take a little while to make. You do want to kind of keep them on a medium high heat at first and then lower the temperature, because then it's going to be cooking a little bit too fast and then gonna make it a little too dark brown. So just make sure to lower the temperature after maybe the first pancake. So whenever it's about ready, whenever all of the top sides starts bubbling up, and you can kind of slowly pick at the edges to see if it's going to flip well. And I just kind of like to go all the way around to kind of lift it up to keep it from sticking on the pan or tearing up. But they still stick together pretty well whenever you are flipping them. So whenever it's ready, just go ahead and flip it. And you can tell when it is completely ready when if you touch it, or it's just more dense and it's not like squishy or anything like that. So you can always kind of lift it after a little bit and you can kind of see if it's completely dry. I just usually squeeze it, and that's all it takes to like be able to tell. So these are my protein pancakes. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I also recommend kind of making it into a pancake sandwich. So as you can see on my plate is all this deliciousness of eggs, my pancakes, butter, and bacon. And so what I do is I usually make these sandwiches with them. I just put the egg in, the bacon. I also put a generous amount of butter on top, and I sprinkle it with a lot of salt, because on keto that just tastes amazing. And then I just add the low carb syrup, and that's all you need to make an amazing breakfast. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you guys are new here. Make sure to give a like if you guys really enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching, guys.